welcome to another episode of Coffee with the C-Suite. My name is Mina Sirovic, and today I'm joined again by Gerard Ward, our CEO. Gerard, thank you for joining me.
How you going?
Thanks for coming back.
Thank you very much for having me,
Loving the green shirt today.
I like that, yeah. So if you have green screen in the back, I'll just be completely blurred out. It'll be like a floating head.
Okay, note to self, green screen for next episode. That'll be way more fun. I want to talk to a floating head. So it's not your first time on the show, so you know that we do a recommendation of the week. Mm-hmm. What is your fun, cool thing of the week for me?
This is like work related, so
yeah,
I know it's not fun and cool to you maybe, but to me I thought it was cool. So I was at a conference recently. I saw an AI tool for customer feedback, basically called Frankly AI, out of Auckland in New Zealand. What it is instead of your like, how did you find the conference, and tell me 10 things you know. What it does is a verbal, like a chatbot, but a little bit smarter than a chatbot. So it will ask you, how did you find the conference, and then depending on what language you respond in, it can then have that conversation. So very much targeted at like Maori, Pacifica Islanders who will rotate in and out of English or use some English words, and that to me was like really, really cool. So
that is very cool.
That. So so we do a lot of work in New Zealand around assessing getting Maori and Pacific Island people into employment there, entry-level employment and graduate recruitment, stuff like that. So we're really excited about this tool. So check it out, Frankly AI.
Frankly AI, absolutely. We'll definitely check that out.
Very cool.
Thank you very much.
I know a lot more longer, boring surveys to complete. So the AI will stop when you're finished, and you also get to rant about what you want. So how did you find the comments? I thought it was absolute rubbish and the speakers were terrible. And then it will go down.
You're phenomenal.
Exactly. You get a lot of feedback on sandwiches. So
that sounds like my kind of AI software. Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Frankly AI. I will check it out. Today, I wanted to talk to you about hiring burnout.
Okay. Yes.
So a very interesting topic with some very confronting statistics that have come out recently. So. The numbers that we're looking at is about 73% of HR leaders are actually experiencing hiring burnout at the moment. The reasons behind that are the handling of manual and repeatable tasks. The top three were that. Finding quality candidates was about 30% of that, and then the candidate screening process as well. And then another very confronting statistic is that 61% of HR leaders were considering leaving their job because of this burnout, and 71% missed a key hire due to an inefficient hiring process. So these are very, very confronting numbers that have come out. I think everyone's kind of gone, right, that we knew it wasn't a great landscape, but I think seeing these numbers has it's been a bit of a reality check. And it seems fairly clear from the aforementioned statistics that many recruitment processes are in need of modernisation, and technology is the answer, isn't it always? But in order to avoid the mismatch between the tech they're using and their needs, what are some ways to reassess the landscape? Okay.
There's a lot of information in the questions you've just asked me, so I'll try and break this down a little bit. So. Alright, I'm not surprised that people are missing key hires in their recruitment process. That's standard. Even in the best recruitment process I've ever seen or worked with or been involved in, you're going to miss those good hires. They just went under the radar, they weren't assessed correctly, they're sort of hidden gems almost, They're going to occasionally get past. That's why you need to have an unbiased solution to assess candidates. Because you always get your shameless self-promoters, not knowing anyone who's like that at all, who loves to talk and promote themselves, but there may be someone else in the room who's probably a little bit quieter, probably a little bit more skilled and adept at things, but doesn't blow their own trumpet as much as someone. And so those people get all the attention. We've noticed this over and over again in assessment processes in the past. Burnout, and not just HR leaders. I mean, burnout at a leadership level is I think is out of control. I think we haven't had a reset after pandemic, so it was normal. Everyone was at home. You had nothing to do anyway. You couldn't go out, so everyone just did meetings. Yeah, great. You kept in contact. You built a community. You have an online community. Now
no one had holidays.
No one had holidays. But you live in a blended world, and a blended world is the worst kind, as far as I'm concerned, because I think like even for today as a perfect example, like school drop off. Then I had a 9 to 9:30 that I did in the car on my Zoom, which is now smart enough to tell me that I'm driving, and then it will turn off the camera. Yeah,
and mute you.
So and mute me through the conversation, and then just give me a button to tap while I'm like, that's how crazy it is.
Wow.
And then you're into your next meeting and into your next meeting, and you don't get to do what we used to do, which was like, I'm going to a meeting, I got to get on the train. It's a 20-minute journey into Docklands. You have your meeting, then you come back. Yeah. So there's nothing breaking up your day, and then you're back home. Or as I was last week, my son came down with gastro. I was reminded by my senior leadership team not to come in for 48 hours.
Yeah,
I did.
They're like, please.
But it was like being back in prison. I would basically not leave my house for the whole 5 days till the weekend. I basically worked, and because I have an indoor bike and Zwift, when I did training, I did it indoors as well. So I'm basically doing like a little like mini cyclist triathlete prison. So.
Or you're in your own version of a lockdown.
Well, yeah, exactly, yeah, but that's it, because we're now much more conscious about spreading germs and stuff like that. So
of course.
glad you remind. So I think that everybody in all roles and everyone I talk to, it's the same. They're just doing back-to-back meetings, and that Zoom burnout stuff is just, it's really beginning to kick in.
Yeah.
I noticed with my team in November and December, I couldn't wait for Christmas. We're rolling on to Easter soon.
Yeah.
And I know that already the team, as we hit that, will be sort of going like, Easter couldn't come at a better time.
Yeah, it seems like we're cramming more and more into our days.
Because it's expected.
Yeah.
If you have a gap in your diary, someone will slot a meeting.
Yeah.
So, and then you wake up in the morning, look at your diary and go, because you're now all over the place. You know, so and that's what kind of happens in those areas. So I think from a burnout point, that's something that organisations will have to do. I actually are going to get some research done by the org psych team here, but I don't think we should be doing more than 2 or 3 back-to-back meetings in a day at all. Like no more than 3 or 4 Zoom meetings in a day, because you can't actually get the work done. The backlog is continuously piling.
Yeah, and then you take it home at night time, and then you're basically not ever switching off, are you?
Exactly, and then you're not getting quality output then at the end of the day. So that's my view on burnout and stuff like that. And technology, technology is just going to continue to accelerate the pace of change. And I think you asked like what's a really good sort of stack to have. I'm going to say I don't think it matters what the stack is. I know that like coming from a technology business where we're like selling a technology solution is. I think nowadays applications are so quick and cost effective and so interoperable with other systems that you should really be churning your stack quite efficiently. So you go in and say, all right, at our page we want to have a candidate management or a candidate engagement system, and then we're going to filter down into a CRM, and a CRM to an assessment platform, into the ATS into the payroll system. But each one of those now are completely changeable and swappable. And I would actually be a bit like, now we're living in a time of high inflation. You go and always ask for like the best deal with your phone company or your what do you call it. You can churn your vendors much quicker now. And I know this is terrible, and we as vendors don't want to do that.
Yeah. You sure you want to be saying?
No, I do.
Don't listen.
No, everything is really good. It's really good to get a pilot up and running. So if something new comes on the market, you should jump at it. You should trial it. You should get out there and see if it works. I think it's a really good way. But at least validate that it's working. So that's why we're able to stand up, stand hand on heart and say, AI is not going to pick you the best hire, but it will make your life much more efficient.
So, in other words, no ideal tech stack, but keep your eyes peeled.
I think that things change all the time, and there's so much money flowing in. I think we did a webinar maybe a year ago. I think it was like 22 billion flooded invested into HR tech. That money, if it wasn't lost in the bank. That money's still filtering in there. There's always money out there for new ideas and new startups and new technologies, and there's so much new technology coming on that I think that's worth trying new things all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, one of the key reasons for missed targets and this burnout is candidates not being the right fit, and this seems to come up very often. How can organisations get around this?
The short and simple answer is they've got to do their homework. They have to work out what's the right fit. Now, fit is a very sort of fit can mean one thing to you and mean something else to me. So I think you need to really do a proper job analysis, work out what are the skills that you need for that job, and then what are the skills that you can that are similar so you can take from other areas of your business. Because there's not that many candidates out in the market. That's going to be a continuous problem going forward. So what skills are similar that you can use or train, and then it's the right attitude, motivations, values that fit into the organisation. And then that's that's an easy thing for us in the assessment business to say.
Yeah.
That's how we can assess those things. So skills and abilities, getting a good understanding of what success looks like within your organisation, and then just hire into that model. I think will reduce that.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, thank you very much for joining me for coffee today.
No worries, I didn't even get to have a sip.
You didn't. You did all the talking, so now I can leave you to
How
enjoy your
unlikely,
coffee.
yeah.
Now I can leave you to enjoy your coffee in peace.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.